you should be real happy with these first two episodes that they gave us on this final season of Atlanta. They not only bring everybody back to the A, but they do manage to find a great balance in between making light of the many cultural nuances that exist within this city, putting the characters in situations that mirror the climate of the time, and reminding you that anything can still occur in this very intricate reality. Take my hand, let's talk about it.
My hand, yeah, take my hand. Follow me, follow me, yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
To the sun.
Happy Saturday and welcome back to my Media Couch digital family. For those that are new to the channel, I definitely appreciate you hanging out. Make sure you subscribe and like so we can keep the community growing. For my day ones, you are loved forever. Okay. Now, the writers of Atlanta gave us 2 episodes on Friday to kick off this final Robin season. The first episode brought the entire crew back together while also giving us a chance to see them get into their own adventures, which is always a wonderful balance. There's so much to unpack with the first episode, which is called The Most Atlanta. We have Ern and Van getting lost in an ex-girlfriend and boyfriend loop in Atlantic Station. Al goes on a scavenger hunt by following some rap lyrics of a deceased eccentric rapper. And Darius is stalked by a wheelchair Karen that refuses to lose in the retail battle. So let's unpack it all. Life seems to be really, really good for the crew when we kind of check back in with them. Ern and Paperboy are definitely looking, feeling, smelling like success. But let's start with Ern and Van in terms of this episode. We see them arriving at Atlantic Station because Van, I think, wanted to replace her phone or something like that. So, Ern decided to kind of go out there with her. As they arrive within the shopping area, something strange starts to happen where they start to see and notice and bump into their ex-girlfriends and boyfriends, like people they haven't seen or talked to in like 10 years or more. And it becomes apparent to them that they're surrounded by their exes for some strange reason and trapped there in Atlantic Station in some sort of life loop that they can't seem to escape. Now, the brilliance of this episode is when you look around at the people in the background, in the parking lot, and other places where you see them walking around, you do see people that are looking to try to find their way out. Okay, side note, for anyone that actually lives in Atlanta, you do actually end up bumping into people a lot in Atlantic Station. And when you are in that parking garage, sometimes you can't find your car. And it does seem like you're in an alternative universe that you can't escape. So I'm gonna be honest with you, this is all facts when it comes to this episode in terms of Atlantic Station. But anyway, Paperboy is playing music in honor of a recently deceased MC that leads him on an actual scavenger hunt. I know, right? Crazy. Only in Atlanta. That was nothing short of magnificent. Like how the lyrics narrated everything Paperboy was doing while delivering high-level wordplay simultaneously was absolutely amazing. Darius continues to be the misunderstood character when he's out here in these streets. He deals with wheelchair-bound Karen that is too legit to quit and never scared from the chair. The whole interaction was brilliantly executed, and the comedy is truly undeniable. As for the second episode, which was called The Homeliest Little Horse, things got a little bit deeper and a lot more petty. The focus of this episode is solely on Ern. And for those who've been watching Atlanta from the start, there are so many questions about Ern that we had overall, like why he left Princeton, why he can be so disconnected with people sometimes. And we always really wanted more of a backstory. And this episode gives us all we asked for and then some. The writers once again found the most ideal way to tell Ern's backstory by him going to therapy. Like that's genius because that's the place where you're expected to peel back the layers of your issues and really dive into the origins of your emotions. So it's a perfect place for Ern to really unpack his experiences and give us the backstory we've been so desperately desiring. So we do find out, finally, that Ern was kicked out of Princeton over a misunderstanding with a girl at a university. The experience left him feeling very powerless and very frustrated, and it was similar to an experience that he'd had with an abusive family member. They didn't go deep into that, but they mentioned that to make that connection that something like this had happened to him in the past. So when he came back to Atlanta, he was really focused on proving Princeton and everyone wrong and becoming more than they could have ever imagined he could become. So this really explains why Ern was so emotionally unavailable at times, because it's his defense mechanism. It protects him from getting himself into another situation where someone he trusts hurts him or does him wrong. So I also loved in this episode how they allowed Ern to be vulnerable and really release that pent up pain. This is the only time we've seen Ern fully open up and and really tell you about his past and how it made him feel, how it impacted how he moves. And these were all the questions that we were looking to get answered. And this episode gave us all we asked for and then some. We also learned that Ern is at Jedi levels when it comes to being petty to anyone that has wronged him. Okay, imagine, and I'm not going to tell you the episode, I feel like you should just watch it. Imagine something happening to you at the airport with an unnecessarily difficult TSA agent that prevented you from going on a family trip that you were looking forward to. And now most of us, would escalate to management or send an email or just keep it moving in terms of the experience with that person, right? Well, think about the mind of someone that would do this, that they would look that TSA agent up online, figure out something that they were interested in obtaining, and then setting up a big ruse that brings this agent into a situation that highlights an opportunity that they're pursuing, but then embarrassing this person on film and then holding a wrap party afterwards to celebrate what happened and hand out cash to everyone who played a part in this whole ruse as well. Yeah, that's a whole new level of petty. And in the words of Darius in this particular episode, towards the end, I don't know if this is extreme levels of petty or terrorism. Obviously, Ern still needs some therapy. But anyway, these were really, really fun episodes that should make you look forward to seeing more from the crew and beyond. And I really think they're setting the tone for this last season. And I think it's going to be the most over-the-top one ever. And I am here for it. But anyway, what did you think about this? Are you happy about them being back in Atlanta? Do you like where they're going with it? Did you like the vibe? Hit me up in the comments. Like and subscribe to the Vibes. Safe travels, family. Peace.